Now, culture is a funny concept within the organization. I say funny because whoever you meet, they can give you their own perspective of a culture. The definition of the culture is what we seek when you talk neuroleadership, when you combine neuroleadership with the effect of culture in the organization. We all know that culture is your strategy for breakfast. We've heard that. And if you are less lucky, it also takes it for lunch. And if you are worst in luck, it goes for dinner as well.
Okay.
Now, I'm often asked in many a session how many different cultures may exist in an organization. And my answer to that is very, very pragmatic. I say quite a lot, depending on who you're talking to. And I always run an exercise that surprises management in my workshops. Now, the results are often very, very revealing. You'd really be surprised if you were in one of these workshops. Results often reveal that leadership as a culture also embraces their own culture, and it also reveals that they have a culture that they do understand, which perhaps employees might not be understanding at all, and perhaps the middle management would also not be understanding at all. So all these levels that we're talking about in an organization would have their own perspectives of what culture is in that organization. Funny, right? These are the results we get. Some are even scary. Among the same team, you will get a lot of levels or nuances of what their culture is. So whether you want to call these subcultures or something, the point of the matter is when we analyze these cultures, there is no interlink, showing that they are really a clear albatross to high performance in organizations, as these groups behave differently from one another, guided by their own understanding of what culture is within that organization.
Wow.
Now, in such instances, you want to bring in neuroleadership application to develop alignment between and among these various levels. If you fail to do that, then the application of neuroleadership is at its basic. This is appropriate because when you look at the reality that leadership or management are most impactful influencers of culture in the workplace, you'll find that they will really indeed need neuroleadership. Now, neuro-based thinking allows them to understand how their brain guides their emotions, their thinking, their decision-making processes, problem solving, and of course, how they influence others. These are the issues that we touch about in the workshops. Neuroleadership is a broad concept, but we bring it to what our management is grappling with. Neurological flexibility and rigidity, perhaps you've heard about that, is quite rife in organizations. You see it in how they do things, you see how they decide what they want to do, or you see it in how they apply and understand the strategy that they will be trying to implement. But why do we have things like neuroleadership, neurological flexibility, and rigidity within the organization? You ask such concept. Why do these things exist? Now, when I unpack this concept in the workshops, I couple it with what we call the Satir reframing matrix, how you reframe your mind. Perhaps you've heard about the matrix, when they say, what will happen if I do a certain thing that I'm supposed to do? So you have to have those answers to yourselves, deciding or rather envisaging what will happen if you do what you want to do, and what won't happen if I don't do it, and what will happen on the other hand again if I don't, and finally what won't happen if I don't do it. So you will see you will have 4 sets of answers, and you have to look at them from the neuro-based perspective. That's what I'm talking about, and the results are often very, very interesting.